Welcome back to Learn English with Stories. What happens when a new manager joins your team and changes everything? New rules, new expectations, new pressure. Today's story is about David, an employee who had to adapt to a completely new management style. At first, he felt frustrated, but later, he realized something important. Let's begin. David had been working in the company for nearly 4 years. He was comfortable with his team. He understood the workflow. He had a good relationship with his manager. Everything felt stable. But one day, everything changed. His manager left the company. A new manager was assigned to the team. Her name was Miss Carter. On her first day, she called for a team meeting. "Good morning, everyone," she said confidently. "I'm looking forward to working with all of you." At first, everything seemed normal, but within a few days, David started to notice changes. The new manager introduced stricter deadlines. She asked for more detailed reports. She expected faster responses. At first, David felt uncomfortable. "This is too much," he thought. "Things were fine before." The pressure increased. Small mistakes were pointed out quickly. Feedback became more frequent. David started to feel stressed. He began to compare the new manager with the old one. The old manager was more relaxed, he thought. This new one is too demanding. One day, David missed a small detail in a report. Miss Carter called him for a quick discussion. "David, I noticed an issue in your report," she said. Her tone was direct. David felt defensive. "I was under a lot of pressure," he replied. Miss Carter paused. "I understand," she said calmly, "but accuracy is important. Let's review how we can improve this." For a moment, David was surprised. She wasn't angry. She was focused on improvement. That night, David thought about the conversation. Maybe the problem wasn't only the manager. Maybe it was how he reacted to the change. The next day, David decided to adjust his approach. Instead of resisting, he started observing. He noticed something. The team was becoming more organized. Reports were clearer. Deadlines were met more consistently. Slowly, David began to understand. The new manager wasn't trying to make things harder. She was trying to improve performance. Over the next few weeks, David adapted. He paid more attention to details. He managed his time better. He communicated more clearly. One day, after reviewing a report, Miss Carter spoke to him again. "This is much better," she said. "Good improvement." David smiled. He felt more confident. From that experience, he learned something important. Change is not always comfortable, but if you stay open, it can help you grow. Now that you've heard the story, let's go through some useful business English words and phrases, along with practical examples you can use in real situations. First, let's look at the word manager, which refers to a person who leads and supervises a team. For example, you might say, "My manager asked me to update the report," or, in real life, "A good manager supports their team and gives clear direction." Next, we have the word deadline, which means the time by which something must be completed. In real situations, you might say, "We need to finish this project before the deadline," or "He missed the deadline and had to explain the delay." Moving on, we come to the word feedback, which means comments or suggestions for improvement. For example, "She gave me helpful feedback on my presentation," or "Regular feedback helps improve performance." Another important term is pressure, which refers to stress caused by work demands. In real life, you might say, I feel a lot of pressure during busy periods, or he works well even under pressure. We also have the word adapt, which means to adjust to a new situation. For example, it takes time to adapt to a new manager, or she quickly adapted to the new working environment. Finally, let's look at the phrase pay attention to detail, which means to focus carefully on small but important information. In real situations, you might say, you need to pay attention to detail in this job, or he improved his work by paying more attention to detail. As you can see, these expressions are extremely useful in real workplace situations, especially when dealing with change and new management styles. So, what can we learn from this story? Change can feel uncomfortable at first, but resisting it can hold you back. If you stay open, observe, and adapt, you can turn challenges into opportunities for growth. If you want to improve your business English through real-life situations, stories like this can help you both in language and in mindset. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the channel for more stories. See you in the next video.